think it's a sign of our times that we seem to be doing a lot more. We have the tools for it, and it seems that, you know, time is moving faster, and we are faster, we can produce more. And I think this is not only a studio like Stark producing more, but the whole, everything is faster and more. The internet, which this is taken from, has more to offer. You have access to everything immediately, and plenty of it. This is a strange website we found. It's called Blue Sun Tree. It's one of those Chinese things that are actually full of copies. These are all copy things. Right in the middle there's actually, there's a, having just said that maybe Stark hasn't designed that one significant chair, I think his Café Cost chair was really you know, something extremely iconic and stays that. It's in the center of the picture. This one, maybe you can't read it. It's called the Chinatown chair and the Chinatown dining set. This, I'm sorry, the Chinatown dining set was designed by Jasper Morrison originally, adapted to China. And here on this picture, I found my stool, which is actually called Mura stool for plank, and on this website it's called Hexa bar stool. And there's another website, Matt Blatt, maybe from Matt Black. Again, the stool, we designed the Mura stool. Here it's called the replica Konstantin Mura stool, and I've kind of enlarged this, which is actually in the text there. It says, please note, this stool is a high-quality, unlicensed replica of the original design by Konstantin. Matt Blatt is not affiliated with or associated with the designer Konstantin or with Planck, the manufacturer of the original Mura stool. And down here it actually says, tell a friend. This is a reality. There's so much of this around, and nothing we can do about it. It's interesting how clever they are. They actually say it is a replica, Konstantin Gilchev's Mura stool, a replica Philippe Stark stool, and somehow I think, without being an expert in legal issues, this is a way of, it's something like when you credit a photograph, well, you don't have the license to actually produce the photograph, but then you name the photographer, and somehow it goes okay. I think this is similar to what they're doing. Another strange website, and we found the little chair one in here, which I showed you earlier, and that chair, which is actually an aluminium chair here, it's called Material Metal, place of origin $1 in China. Delivery time 30 days, and supply ability 3,000 pieces a month, which is very interesting because I think the original manufacturer of it, Magis, they would not be able to make 3,000 of these a month. It's great, the internet, you find very, very interesting things. Preparing for this lecture, James Irvine, a friend of mine, he sent me this, a link to a website which is called Wank. And what it shows is make a Muji wall-mounted CD player yourself. It's a kind of Blue Peter thing. This is what you buy, ingredients, take them apart, put them back together, cut it out in cardboard, and here you go. Speaking about time, isn't it interesting? I mean, I think there's a few issues here with the CD player. Naoto Fukasawa, who's the original designer of the CD player, he plays a trick because he understands so well how this electronics industry functions. There's companies developing the ingredient, the actual hardware that drives the CD player. He says it's no use trying to develop that yourself. You buy it off the shelf and you design a packaging around it. It is actually a form of accelerating product design. So you take things off the shelf and you kind of make them packaging. This is, and I'm not saying this in disrespect to Naoto's work, but in a way, it's a kind of very simplified form of product design. He does it very successfully. But here, what this kind of thing happens is, kind of, do you know what a Panini album is? Panini, football followers know what a Panini album is. It's this kind of photo album, and you stick the pictures in yourself. And this is kind of an interesting form of, for the printer, for somebody printing a book, it would make things a lot easier. You sell something unfinished, and people at home, somehow they have time to stick in the pictures or to build something. I mean, IKEA works on that simple principle. You buy parts, and you have all the time in the world to put this shelf together. Or anyway, certainly you don't have to pay for the labor of putting that shelf together. They save on it. And that's a very interesting kind of aspect that probably is also in this in a product like this, where it seems fine that if I want a product, I buy things myself, and some Sunday afternoon I get around to making it, and time plays no role, or it's a whole different thing. Then in the industry, time costs money, and the faster the better. That's a simple rule. I like this making things myself, and I think we do it a lot still. A totally analog way of working, and something that actually slows down the process rather than speeding up. But the feedback you get from the slow analog process of making something is enormous. So somehow it kind of maybe that it creates another notion of how it may be a slower process making it, but we get much further than designing something on the computer, which is so kind of always seems so fast and so easy. But the information you get from a simple mock-up like this, bits of wood put together, it probably takes half an hour. But you have something.